Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. My guest at this time is a pinup girl with the Atomic Red Hots. Let's give a virtual round of applause for Miss Nikki Darling.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So those watching and future watching, please follow Miss Nikki Darling on the Instagram as well as Facebook. So if you're following, make sure to follow those social medias, as also the Atomic Red Hots Facebook page. Make sure to go ahead and follow up to see what events is going on. Nikki, thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you.
All right, let's get into some questions. So, what has been some of your favorite photo shoots as a pinup girl?
Oh, I've been very lucky. I've shot with a lot of very talented photographers. Um, Roy Varga did a shoot with me a couple of years ago. Those shots are my all-time favorite. They're very amazing. He's a great photographer, super easy to work with. He is very body positive, so he has a way of telling you how to pose so that your body looks perfect. And each shot turned out great. I have worked with Kelvis Pinup out of New York just recently, and we did a garage shoot and a motorcycle shoot. So that was a lot of fun. There is a gentleman that I do some shoots with, Bob LaRosa, captured by the Moment Photography, who does some nice work. Jade Bloom is another one. I have an annual Halloween shoot that I put together each year and invite anybody and everybody. And we have a theme. Everybody shows up. Last year it was zombies. So everybody dressed up like zombies. We went to a local lake and Jade took hundreds of pictures, which ended up being my Christmas card. We've done this year's dolls, but last year we had 40 people show up. So it's getting large. I've had some amazing photo shoots. We just recently had one at a World War II museum. Well, it's a museum, but it was World War II planes and Vietnam era planes, and they let us climb on the planes and in around on the wings, and we had kind of free reign for the day, so that was a lot of fun as well. If you can dream it, we've done it.
Yes, I feel like because you mentioned for Halloween the zombie shoots, I think there's an opportunity for the Michael Jackson Thriller song during that photo shoot.
She took one of us all coming out of the water.
Yeah.
Because it was more directed toward like The Walking Dead and Fear of the Walking Dead. We're big,
Okay.
Walking Dead fans. My husband loves The Walking Dead, so that's kind of where it took off from. It was all females. Last year, we let some of the guys come and play with us. It ended up one of the gentlemen, he and one of my fellow pinups, Laura, she's Victoria Bloom, but they got engaged. So during the photo shoot, he proposed dressed as zombies. So that was a lot of fun.
It's almost love at first brains, That's the zombie term.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah. Also, I have interviewed some Walking Dead guests, so if your husband is interested, I can let you know. But I've had some Walking Dead guests.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I saw you had Princess, pictures of Princess.
Oh, yeah, I had met her at Monster Mania. She's a blast to take pictures with. She's just like her character. It's pretty much like the same she is. And there's no split, because sometimes people aren't their characters. They're total opposite as people, but she is definitely like her character. She brought the pink jacket, and she does take like selfies. I think we did duck face together, so.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to interview her, but I have had people that have been zombies on Walking Dead, and one of them who was an officer in the scene where Beth dies. So more of the smaller role characters, if you're interested in watching
Sure.
that. So um, now that you've kind of been associated uh, with the Atomic Red Hots, what is your favorite thing about being with them?
Well, the Atomic Red Hots, I'm actually one of the founding members.
Okay.
There were there was another pinup group in our area, and I just kept feeling like I didn't fit in with them. So I didn't apply. And I kept
Mhm.
looking at the application and I kept saying I should do it. And then I kept fighting myself and saying, no, I'm not going to do it. So I just kept beating myself up. And I'm like, there's just something I just don't feel like I fit with that group of people. So I started talking to my friends who also did pinup. And I said, I just don't feel like I fit in with the group that they have. And I said, I want to start my own. So it was myself, Jinx DeVille, who is a fabulous, you should interview her, a fabulous burlesque performer and producer.
Okay.
Um, so she's also an Atomic Red Hot. Miss Moxie Joe, a Victrola Plume, and Madame Von T. So that also burlesque performer. So the five of us kind of got together and we brainstormed about what we would want in a pinup group. And we all started just kind of spitballing ideas of what we wanted to do. And our biggest thing was we wanted to be body positive. We wanted no drama. We wanted to be all inclusive. And we just all want to be friends and get along. And for a bunch of women, that's kind of hard to do because women are put a bunch of women together and it's kind of like iffy because women have very different personalities. Sometimes it's hard for group of ladies to get together and be together. But I'll tell you, we have we came up with a mission statement and we stick by it. We work really well together. There's zero drama in our group. We have 18 members at this point, so it's a large group. I have 13 members who pretty much do everything, only 5 that can't get to things. So we do have a very inclusive group of people. We have a very active group of people, and we all get along. The thing I like most about the Atomic Red Hots is everybody's very encouraging to everyone else. You can't have a bad day with these people. I was having a bad day the other day, and I just put on our group chat, "Hey, I'm having a really bad day today." And before I could like pick up my pen at work to do the next thing, I had 4 telephone calls. Everybody's very uplifting. Everybody's very
Mhm.
encouraging. Everybody in our group is each other's biggest fan. So it's so nice. Last night we went out. There was a pride event and a burlesque performance, and there were 4 of us that went, and we had just the best time. And it wasn't a pinup event; it was just an event that we all showed up at. But it's like we're the best of friends, each and every one of us. So when a new person comes to us and says, "Hey, can I be an Atomic Red Hot?" It's just an amazing feeling because everybody with open arms invites them in and, hey, I have this dress. Do you want this dress? I have these shoes. Here's this hint on how to pose, or here's this hint on, where to buy the coolest piece of jewelry, or, so it's very open armed and very welcoming. And it's nice to have that. And it's nice to have that group of people to surround yourself with. So that's a big thing. Also, we do a lot of volunteer work and a lot of fundraising. So we raise a lot of money for different charities. Um, we're very active in charities. So we just raised some money for the No Hero Left Behind with an online pinup contest. The Friendship Room, which is kind of an immediate need crisis center. for mostly homeless or underappreciated people. We'll just put it that way. But they feed 200 people a day. I had a pinup contest just recently that we hosted, an in-person contest, and they came and judged, and the proceeds of that contest went to them. We had another online pinup contest for NF, which is neurofibromatosis, and Jinx DeVille, the young lady I was telling you about a minute ago, is an NF warrior. She does have NF, and she raises money and puts on an annual burlesque show and zoo walk for them each year. But she raised $2,000 for that charity through her burlesque show. Also, I won a contest a couple of years ago. I was Miss July 2022, I believe, for the Pinup of the Month pinup charity pinup calendar contest. So I won that contest, ended up becoming friendly with Jade Pipes, who she's Lola Lemons, and she's out of Hampton Roads, Virginia. And she ran the contest, and she was unable to do it this year and was going to stop doing it. So I offered my services. So I actually took over the Pinup of the Month charity pinup contest. So I've been the admin for that this year and helped her out all of last year. So that's been keeping me busy. But oh, look at you, have a little kitty.
I
So
do.
I do that. But we have to date, the Atomic Red Hots have raised a little over $2,500 for our different
Oh,
charities.
wow.
And we have a couple more that we're still working on. By the end of the year, I'm hoping that we'll, get around 3,000 for this year. So that's not too shabby yet.
That kitty is Tilly. Tilly is my baby girl. She's 6, and she just needs to always see what I'm doing. So,
Nice.
so she always
I
makes
have
a
two
little
little
small.
dogs.
Aw, okay. She always makes a small little cameo and then just leaves. So,
She needs to make her
um,
whereabouts known.
yes, yes, she needs to know like why my dad isn't paying attention to me. So,
Nothing wrong with
at
that.
least she didn't. Yeah, at least she didn't stare at the camera. Sometimes she does that. So, but she's my little girl. um, I feel like after listening to what you said and the camaraderie that you have with your atomic red hots, and how closely connected, I feel like the TV theme song that was in my head felt very appropriate for your group, and it's the Friends song from the TV show
I'll
Friends.
be there for
There for
you.
you.
And
And
it's true. It's true.
yeah, and I felt like when you were talking about hardships, and it was like, no one's gonna be this way. Clap, 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 clap. I
They
felt
are an
like you were,
amazing group of people.
oh yeah, and that you were in second gear. It hasn't been your day or your year, so yeah, I felt like that was that could be a future TikTok thing. So
Maybe we will. We just did the Billy Porter put out a new song called Fashion. I don't know if
uh-huh.
you follow Billy Porter, but we just went to a Billy Porter concert, and he said he wanted everybody to do their best model walk. So we're one of the members. Her name is Sarah Rose. She is a spoken word poet in the Pittsburgh area, but she's also an Atomic Red Hot. She's putting together a TikTok of us all doing our best runway walk to the song Passion. So you'll have to check that out. I'm sure it'll
Oh,
be on
okay.
Sarah's TikTok.
Okay, who's that?
This is my little dog. This is Pumbaa,
Aw, Pumbaa.
and and then Reese is over here
Aw.
staring out the window. Come here, Reese. Come here. Oh, she wants nothing to do with me.
Isn't that always the truth of animals? But aw, is that Pumbaa still, or is that, yeah?
This is Pumbaa. Yeah, Pumbaa's a little
So
lover. She always wants to be near love.
is he
She's a
named
miniature
after?
long-haired dachshund.
Oh, okay, was he named after the Lion King, or do you just like that name?
This was my daughter's dog, and she bought the dog and moved out and had a baby. So we get the
Okay.
dog, she gets the baby.
Yeah, sometimes that's how it works. But he seems like a good
Mm-hmm.
dog.
This is the best dog, sweetest little dog ever.
Aw.
Okay,
Such a
over here.
good boy. My cat's just sitting in the corner with her head down, waiting.
Being angry that you're busy.
Yeah, pretty much plotting, scheming. That's what she does best.
As all cats do.
They do, yeah. It's I'm actually fixing the wall here because she scratched it up before I move out of here, so lots of fixing that. Especially when she
Mm.
looks at me and she does it. So,
I
what are you
had
gonna do?
cats, but these dogs entered our lives, and now we have dogs.
Well, Tilly's a rescue cat, and Tilly was surrendered twice before I got her, so
Aw. So now she
yeah.
has somebody to love her.
Yeah, because at first it was a hoarder's place, and then the second person who had
Ooh.
her, they just couldn't take care of themselves, so then I got her in Ohio actually, and I paid $35 and she was already fixed, so it's like
Oh, that's
really,
nice.
yeah, really inexpensive. Like now people are like, that's 130, 140. I'm like, no, that's like 4 Tillys. But
Right.
yeah. So I want you to think about like if moving forward, and it's kind of one of those things that if like the world is your oyster, like if you have any dream photo shoot as a pinup, you can kind of have your own props, your own backdrop lighting. Is there a certain dream photo shoot that you have not experienced yet that you want to?
Well, um, I have the luxury of having some photographers in and around my area that will cater to my whims. So if I come up with a photo shoot that I want to do, most of the time we just kind of pull it off. So like I wanted to do the World War II museum. So I got a hold of the gentleman at the World War II museum, or the aviation museum, and I said, here's what I want to do. I want to bring these pinup models to your place, and I want to have kind of the run of the place. Can we do that? And they it was so much fun. It really was. But they did give us the run of the place. Maybe hmm, I know we wanted to do some Hilda recreations. Hilda was the little cartoon, kind of chubby pinup
Okay.
model that you see in all the pictures. We want to do some Hilda recreations. Um, so maybe some of that stuff. I know that Miss Moxie Joe has been gathering some props, and but we do have an annual picnic. We go to the park, and we do a picnic photo shoot, and this will be our second year doing it. And so we're going to bring some of those props to that picnic. So hopefully we'll get some. But as far as a dream photo shoot, no. I mean, I've had it with motorcycles. I've had it with airplanes. I've had it with Jeeps. I've had it with trucks. I've had it with cars. Um, I've done several. I've done the swamp thing. I've done Maleficent, like the Disney, the Disney villain type things. We did the zombie shoot. We're doing dolls this year. So it's just like anything we can dream up, we make happen. And so I'm not going to base the idea of a future shoot because we're just going to do it. So it's not an issue of if I could have it, it's when I can have it. Because whatever we dream up, we do. One way or another, we make it work. I wanted to
Yep.
do, there's a really fabulous cigar bar in town. Really fabulous cigar.
Oh,
Sorry. And I wanted to do a shoot at their bar. So I called the bar, can I come do a shoot at your place? And they said, well, it's never been done before. And I'm like, I know, that's why I'm calling to ask. And they literally, before they opened for the day, let us have the run for several hours of the bar and the humidor and in the cigar area. And, so we got to have run of that too. So when I see something and I want to do it, I just pick up the phone and start until I find some place that'll let us do it. And so far, it's worked out. Nobody's told me no. Just ask. And I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen? Somebody tells me no, and I move on to the next place and ask them. But it's all done. Pinup is a very body positive and very. Sometimes when you say pinup, they think of maybe something that's a little more risque or more unsavory. But I think that once people understand what we actually do, they wouldn't be as hesitant sometimes, because it's very family friendly. It's, you could put your little pinup dress on and go to Lowe's. You could, you know what I mean? Or you could go to a car show. So it's not a risque. It could be, certainly we've all done, the shoot that may be leaning a little bit more toward, boudoir type shoots. But for the most part, pinup is simply that. It's just pinup, and work kind of as a liaison for the car show. So we show up, we help out at the event. People love to see us come to the event because we're dressed to the time period that their cars are. They love to take pictures with us. You know what I mean? Actually, the last contest that we had, I had so many phone calls asking if I could bring the girls to their car show. So I've had 2 or 3 people reach out and say, hey, can you come to mine? So actually, the next one that we do at my local car show, we had so many kids interested that we're actually doing a little Miss Pinup and a junior greaser contest. So we're going to do for the kids. So yeah, so there's so many little girls that are like, I want to hang out. One of our pinups her name is Miss Genuine, and she runs a little dance studio. So this one little girl sent her a message and said, I want to be like you, Miss Jen, and all the pretty ladies. So she's the reason we're doing the pinup, because she wants to take part. And I think if anybody wants to feel special or they want to feel beautiful, then they should be allowed to do that. And it gives you a chance to dress up and feel confident and feel beautiful. And you can't be sad because you're having a good time and you're playing dress up and you're being your best self. And that's the one big thing with our group. Everybody is very, very encouraging to be their best self.
I thought I would shed light a little earlier. I know you asked me about pinup, and I told you that it's not really much around where I live. I also wanted to know because pinup is kind of it is associated with military, and both my father and my stepfather served in the military, so it's kind of like a little bit of.
And I thank them for this group.
Thank you. Yeah, they my stepfather was in the Air Force, and my father was in the Army. and they both served in Vietnam together.
Mm, that's hard.
And my father saved my
My husband
stepfather
was in.
in Vietnam. So
Oh, wow. My husband was in the Air Force for 15 years, and he was in Desert Storm and Iraqi Freedom. So my grandfather was the Korean conflict. So yeah, it is very near and dear to your heart when it comes to people that are willing to give up so much for you. You know what I mean? So that is another thing. We do raise money, and we are there for different military events, especially
I
like the
think your
veterans
audio
that
went out a
are
little.
left behind. I think your audio went out a little. Aw. Can you hear me?
I know you had mentioned something about your grandfather. I just know their audio got silent a little bit.
My grandfather was in Korea.
Okay.
In um, and then, like I said, my husband was in Iraqi Freedom, and
Oh,
so I mean, it is something the military. Anybody that's willing to give a piece of themselves, you have to definitely give a lot of respect to them.
exactly. Um, and I know that I'm just starting to see some of those military photos, so that's kind of why I also want to know about it, because like I'm starting to see these photos for the first time, so I felt like pinup was more of an to understand because they're no longer here, so I thought that's the thing I could also invest in. So,
Sure.
but so with moving on, do you have some of your favorite pinup outfits that you like to wear? Some that mean the most to you?
I I have a favorite black dress, as anyone does. But I have noticed recently I have a lot of fruit dresses. I have a watermelon dress, I have a kiwi dress, lemons, and I didn't realize I had done it, but I have strawberries and cherries. So I have like the whole gamut of fruit salad dresses. I don't know how it happened or why it happened, but for whatever reason, that is. It's just recently I lost 100 pounds, so a lot of my pinup dresses didn't um, fit anymore. So I had the opportunity to kind of buy a lot of new things, um, and that seems to be what's in my closet now, my fruit salad dresses. And so it was kind of funny because I happened to be talking about it to one of the other girls in our group, and I said I don't know how I did it or why I did it, but I have every fruit you could possibly think of in a dress form. And before Tiffany Flamingo joined our group, I had 2 flamingo dresses. So now I'm apprehensive on wearing them because that's her thing.
Well, you could
But
do
yeah, I mean, it just depends on. We could do a show with just flamingos, maybe, and then everybody can buy a flamingo
Mhm,
dress.
exactly.
It's a reason to buy a new outfit.
Exactly. Could have pinup flamingo
But
contest.
nothing's my favorite. It's just whatever the show is, you reach into your closet and pull it out if it goes with the theme. And sometimes I was in Queen of the Drive-In. I actually won Queen of the Drive-In, but my favorite
Oh,
black
okay.
dress, I didn't really have anything that would fit that theme. So I made a hair piece and it looked like a little uh, bucket of popcorn for my hairpiece, and then I made my favorite black dress. I took the jumping hot dog and the popcorn bucket from the drive-in, and I made iron-ons, and I put them around the base of my dress, and it turned out super cute. But I did win, so maybe that's why.
Yeah.
That's what I won. That's this crown right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you
Very pretty.
go.
I got
Congratulations.
several. I pulled them. I
Oh,
pulled them so you
wow.
can see them.
Nice.
This one has a little butterfly.
Ah,
And
there
then
you
lots of these
go.
little ones.
Oh, yeah.
But I have them all on a big shelf and have all my sashes on a shelf, and it's fun to look at. Feel like
Yep.
queen for a day. Put it on and wear them.
Exactly. Is there anything else you want to say or promote on Dan-A-Plooza as we wrap it up?
I don't really. I mean, if anybody wants to check us out, we would love to talk to you if they're interested in pinup or give any advice or information. We're happy to do that. We have an Instagram, Facebook, of course. Everybody has all those. Um, our email address is theatomicredhots@gmail. Um, yeah, just look us up. But I mean, it's been a great opportunity and a boost to my self-confidence, as I'm sure anybody can attest to. I've been in numerous magazines. Um, I've been featured in, actually, our whole pinup group was featured in Miss Pinup, their second
Oh,
month that they were. So it was every lady in our pinup group was featured in Miss Pinup. And I've been in Retro Lovely. I was just featured in Retro Lovely. I've been in Glitz magazine. I've been in Social Pin magazine, Modern Day Pinup. Um, like I said, I was Miss July in the calendar. So I mean, it's fun. Definite boost to your your self confidence, and it just builds you up and makes you happy. So I would recommend it to anybody.
all right. Well, I'd like to thank my guest, pinup Miss Nikki Darlin, for being on Dan-A-Plooza. Stay tuned for next for Tall Model Emerald. Will be on Dan-A-Plooza next. Take care.